Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Well, when you see this bad boy sitting here, you know what time it is. This was sent from Rodney over at RD Custom Diecast. But it's time for another Diecast Misfits build, and it involves this one. So stay tuned. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. So glad each and every single one of you can make it. This particular build is for the Diecast Misfits. It happens to be the February build, which happens to be the month of Valentine's Day, and that's what this month build is in honor of. Now this is still in the planning progress. I know what color I'm going to paint it. I know the wheels that's going to go on it, but I don't know anything else. I don't know what decals, if any, I'm going to use. But it's still a work in progress in my brain anyway, in the planning process. It's just now November 19th, 2022, so there's plenty of time to work it out, but this is the one I'm going to work with. This happens to be probably Mattel's #1 selling car, especially muscle car. It is the 1967 Camaro. I love this paint job. I like the decals that are on it. But it is not going to stay that way. In fact, it's going to undertake a major change in this area right here. And you'll see and understand what I'm talking about when we get there. First thing I gotta do is drill this bad boy apart. So let's get to it. Doesn't look much different, does it? Well, as you can see, I've already got it drilled apart. It's got the standard 3 tabs that hold the axles in, and we'll take those out in a minute. It's got the Camaro interior with the Flintstone gas and brake pedal installed already, and the clear windshield. I really like the clear windshields. Some people like the smoke better, some people like the color glass better. I like the clear. That's just me, personal preference. Right now, this bad boy's got to take a dump. Again, I use Sit to Strip because that's what's most readily available to me. Go to any Lowe's or Home Depot and it's there. $15, $14 for a good sized jug of it. And I'm inside. And in my room, which is an extra bedroom of the house. There's no smell again, like I said. If there is any, it's kind of citrusy. But there's no harsh chemical smell like the aviation cleaner. But again, I've never had a car that this wouldn't take the paint off of. So with that being stated, let's say goodbye to this. I'm glad we have fast forward because that took a minute. But we'll pull that out of the stripper tomorrow and take care of that. Right now, let's take care of these wheels. Taking them off anyway. Look for my pick, my angle pick. Like I said, I know what color I'm going to go with this. When 99% of the time, I paint the base to match the body. There's really nothing I need to do with this chrome base outside of cleaning it really good or degrease it really good, because I want the paint that I'm going to put on this to stick and not have any issues. So I will be taping off the grill because I'm not going to be painting the grill. I'll probably blackwash it. And I'll probably tape off the rear bumper and sail panel because I want the bumpers to remain chrome to go with this paint job. I'll probably tape right along that line, completely mask the grill off. Same here. I can always come back and re-chrome the exhaust. Anyway, the way I do this, there's no right or wrong way to do this. This is just the way I do it. But I like to reuse my tabs when I can. And you can see there's 3 of them there. So you can see how loose these axles are. I just take one side and push up on the wheel. I take my pick and I just stick under it. And while I push down on the wheel, I twist up on the pick, which pushes on the axle. Sometimes one side will work better than the other, so you just have to try it. And it pops it right out. And normally the rear axles are really loose, as you can see right here. So look how easy that come out. By doing this way, there's no force on the tabs yet. When I go to install the new wheels, I'll take a small screwdriver. It's just this real small one. I'll stick it in sideways at an angle and open them up real lightly. And I'll put the new axle in there, new wheels on it, and bend it back down real quick. And what this does, it doesn't put any extra stress on that tab, because if I was to force it open and let it stay open, it'll actually set in that position, so then whenever I go to bend it back down, it stands more of a chance for it to break off. And typically that's all it takes. Like I said, I'm not going to be reusing these wheels. This will stay the way it is. Nothing to prepare until paint time. Until we take the car out, the body out of the stripper, there's nothing else we can do to this right now. So, until then, stay tuned. Straight out of the stripper. Haven't done anything to it yet. Except I did hit the crack for the hood, the opening for that, with the bristle brush. Now I'm going to hit it with the Scotch-Brite adapter on here to see what lies beneath all this gray stuff. These things work great. Typically after doing this, if there's no body lines or anything you need to fix, and casting lines, clean it and go straight to paint. Look at that. Lee over at Paints Wicked sent me these. I've got like 3 or 4 of them I think he sent me. And I love them. I'm going to get some more of them when I can. Look how good that looks. I still haven't made up my mind about the decals yet. I haven't even looked, to be honest. I'm just trying to get the car ready and then I'll take care of all that. But that quick, look at that. I still got to do the roof, but no wires slinging everywhere or anything. I love these little Scotch-Brite wheels. And that's all there is to it. Look at how good that looks. Let's take it inside and check it out. All right, here we go. I mean, that casting looks really good. I mean, it's not perfect, you know, but I mean, it looks really good. I don't see any really bad casting lines that I need to get rid of. I'll just go ahead and tell you the type of paint that I'm going to put on this is a type of Spectraflame. So I'm going to have to lightly sand these sides because, as you can see, it's got some pitting and stuff. And Spectraflame, I'm not going to try to get rid of all of them. I'm just going to try to get rid of some of them because Spectraflame will highlight all that. And as you can see right there, if it'll focus, right there on the trunk, there's some scratches and pitting. And then down the other side, this side looks a lot better, just the top of the door, you know. But anyhow, polish will take out most of that stuff. But I'm going to lightly sand it to get most of those pitting out. And then we will take care of the next part. And I'm going to go ahead and show you what the next part is. It's actually sitting in the background. This Helkimer I took apart. I actually bought this car for one reason and one reason only. But after I took out what I wanted, I was like, this would make a really cool car, even if I just make a gas lens built out of it. Because if you look, there used to be an engine right there. The engine is sitting right here in my hand. It used to sit in there sideways like so. But I mean, that would be a great spot to put a reverse facing turret cannon and put this bad boy on 4x4s or something, you know. But since I'm showing you that and I'm showing you this at the same time, you know where I'm going. This engine is going to go right there. Is that not going to look cool or what? Now, of course, it will be level in there instead of tilted down like that. So next step is I got to cut a hole. And I'm just looking at it, making sure I have enough room to cut a hole and leave the post in. And I got plenty of room. So what I'll do is I'll just cut basically those two fake hood vents off. Line up the front. I'll just center it like that and cut it out to the back of the hood and however far it needs to go to the front. File it, paint the engine, and then that will sit on top of the plastic piece that goes up against the post that all Hot Wheels has. So yeah, that's going to look really cool. So until next time, I just wanted to get this cleaned up today. Been working outside all day. I'm going to go in here and eat dinner and relax for the rest of the afternoon. Get ready for work tomorrow, but that's where we're at on this. Next step is I'll be sanding and polishing this and probably detailing the engine. Thinking, I don't know how I'm going to detail it yet. I might do red valve cover since it's for Valentine's Day against the paint that I'm going to put on this. Do the supercharger in chrome. Probably chrome or gold intake ports. And of course I'll paint the belt black if I can with a Sharpie. So that's where we're at right now. See you next time. So here we go. Plan is to cut out that square so I can put the engine in there. I've got a hole already pre-drilled for the saw blade. So let's step outside and cut it. Well, we got the hole cut out. I still got a little bit of work making it really nice and smooth with some sandpaper, but I've got the majority of it done. I know I'm gonna have to go back and re-gold the intake because I've been handling it a lot, so it's wearing off some of the paint. But the main thing is the engine now fits in without hitting anything, and that's what I'm going for. Now that I have most of the pitting out of it and scratches and stuff, now I can hit it with the 320 and move up to about 1,000, and then we'll start polishing with the flits. But I'm going to do just half of this just to show you what a difference just a few seconds can make. Oh, sorry for hitting, but look at how quickly that changed. You can see the line right down the middle. So I'm going to hit this with the 320 and then we'll move on. I'll bring you back when we go to hit it with the flits. Time for the flits. Just to show you how quick and easily this works. Look, that's all I'm going to put on it. I'm going to rub it on the top. Polisher on low. I've got high and low. Put it on low. Battery's about dead. That's just the first time. I'll hit it again and see how it looks. Just got finished. About 10-15 minutes worth of work. Nothing major. Took it inside and rinsed it off. And here's what it looks like. She's still drying. But look at that. Oh yes. Still accumulating to the, acclimating to the temperature. So it'll fog up just a little bit. Look how nice and shiny that is. That's good for any Spectre Flame paint right there. But again, I'm not going for absolute perfection either, because I'm going to have decals on it, but I think that right there will do just fine. Well, let's try to get this thing painted. I degreased the base, and it's still wet, so I got to dry it off. Normally I start with the base, but I think I'm going to finish with the base this time. Blow a little air on it. Let that dry a little bit longer. But the color that I'm using is Brandywine Candy by Createx. Theirs is more of a magenta looking color, so that's why I am choosing to use it. More pink than anything. Not quite the color that I had imagined when I thought of their Brandywine Candy. But anyhow, it also has to do with a little bit of the base color that you're putting it over. But that's the color that we're going to use, so as always, just a light tack coat on the inside and on the outside. And I have this mixed with 2K Clear. That's how it was given to me. Don't know how many coats it's going to take to get the color that I'm looking for, But as you can see, it's already starting to take a different shade. Now I can put a little bit of a more medium coat on it. You can see the inside's already starting to take on a pink hue. Slow down my passes a little bit, get more coverage. You can see it's starting to take on a little bit of a pink hue. Let that sit for just a second, we'll hit it again. That's about as dark as I want to go right there. Cleanup time.